Hey everybody, Ethan here with Standing Stone, and this video is all about how to teach your dog to stop pulling on the leash. We have a little puppy named Riot. For those of you following along, this is not Riot, but he's going to demo for us today what heeling looks like on the top end. Because where we're at right now with Riot at 6 months old, he is a pulling machine. I'm sure several of you, if not all of you at home, are struggling with something in this department of 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, the dogs start pulling, you're taking them for walks, and it is ridiculous. We're gonna get him out in a minute, but to start with, I wanna show you just the progression of how this process works with a product that we developed called the Easy Lead. These are available at standingstonesupply.com. The product was designed to help teach dogs how to heel, and we found that it is absolutely amazing for all young, new, inexperienced, experienced dog handlers to be able to stop dogs pulling almost instantly, which falls into the category of how we teach dogs. Develop good behaviors, and if your dog is actively pulling, that's developing a bad behavior, so how can we stop that? Now, this Easy Lead is the only leash that you will need. It is, and looks like, a very standard leash, approximately 4.5 foot long. I like this length because when we're working on heeling specifically, I want the dog to be close to me. We're going to take the handle and feed it through what is an oversized ring on a stainless steel clip. This is a lifetime product and we warranty them that way. Then we're going to clip to the back of the dog's flat collar here. We've got an O-ring. This is again designed specifically for this purpose. You are now attached to the dog. Now with our Easy Lead set up this way, it is a slip lead. This would be a more traditional way, and in the past, this is how we've started with dogs. Now, when we work with dogs and we find struggles or we find areas that they're kind of slower to pick up on training, we go, how can we simplify this? How can we find middle ground? This gives us a baby step before the slip lead now. I'm going to open this slip lead up, and I'm going to make one twist here. Now it's a figure 8 that goes up over their muzzle. This is what would be considered a makeshift head halter. Now we have complete control over the dog's head. This is something that's used to help handle horses. They are drastically larger, so it makes handling a dog very easily, to the point where you can do it with a finger and a thumb on the leash. That's the only amount of pressure. You don't need to apply a lot. You need to apply very, very little pressure, and the dog can walk at leash. Understanding that when he's in the right position, there's no tension. Now, that's where this material comes in. This is a springy material. Some of you may be thinking, oh, I can do this with a standard rope. You can, but it's going to send mixed signals because you're going to either have to have too much tension or they're going to constantly be feeling tension that they're going to fight. And though it might kind of work, it's sending mixed signals of I'm feeling pressure when I'm actively doing things right. And ultimately, they may take that for a little while and then fight more. So in this, you can see it almost pops off of his muzzle. That's the goal. We can apply pressure, or we can drop the leash and let go. There's no pressure on that at all. He can stay at heel. Now, as you progress heel through this process, we would slip this off. And then all of our dogs that have already started collar conditioning work, this is when we start to overlay collar pressure. So you're going to use a tap of stimulation, a tap on the collar at the same time you feel like you need to apply a tug on the leash. They overlay, which allows you to then transition from that, needing the leash at the same time as the collar, to being able to just utilize the collar. So it's going to look like this. Heel. There's a tap on the collar. When we tap on the leash, we come this way. Heel. Good. And he can walk by our side. Then, again, as you get better, all the way around, the leash pulls back out of the O-ring. You're back to a 4.5 foot leash that you can heel your dog. If you need to make corrections, you have the ability to do that here with a pop on the leash or a nick on the collar. And then you get to a dog that you can drop the lead and they pay attention. They're enthusiastic. They're happy. This is not a bad thing. Obedience, structure, dogs that understand what we want from them and who the leader is an important part of development for a young dog. So now that we've gotten through the entire process with Thunder, showing how we start the process, which is what we're going to do with Riot here in just a minute, working through the multiple steps to a completely finished dog that can be collar conditioned to heel. Let's go ahead and grab him and show you what that looks like. All right, everybody, we are here and this is Riot. Before we move into this process, I want to say thank you to our patrons. They're the largest supporter of Everything Standing Stone. And if you want to be a patron to support this channel, you can do so at patreon.com/standingstonekennels. There you can sign up for as little as $5 a month or move into the higher tiers where you can get direct help from me in your training sessions. Oof, there was a bug in my ear. In your training sessions, I will be live and you get to meet this guy. This is exactly how I am all the time, just goofy. So if you are needing help yourself, check it out, patreon.com/standingstonekennels. Now, we're gonna go ahead and move into this process. As you can see, we'll do a little walkabout with him. He has no leash manners. He pulls me everywhere he wants to go. He is a tough little puller. He's been working with the boys. The boys kind of let him drag him around on leash, and I said, this will be the perfect dog to show this. If you wanna start the timer now, I'm not afraid of it. He's going to stop pulling in less than 10 minutes. That is what we talked about previously. How we're going to start this quickly, we're going to slip the handle through the O-ring, okay? We're going to make one twist underneath. This is the figure 8. And now we have the leash over his muzzle, behind his ears. We're going to keep that up high and tight. We're going to start by helping him to get used to this, okay? We're going to give some light tugs here. There's no forward progress. We don't just start walking. We don't try and drag him off. He's got to get used to this. Some dogs are going to have different reactions. Some dogs are going to be like, whoa, what is this? I've never felt something over my muzzle before. I don't like it. Or there's dogs that are pretty stoic. They're going to be like, all right, this is a little weird. What do you got going on, Dad? The first steps that we're going to take are lateral movement. We're going to get him to move his feet, and then we're going to stop again. Do not try and walk. I will repeat it again, probably 2 or 3 more times. Do not just try and go walk, okay? We're going to step sideways again, and then we're going to stop. You see a little bit of him feeling it there now. He kind of dropped his head, bared into it. When he's standing, doing the right thing, there's going to be no tension on that. You can see how springy that material is. There's no tension there, and we can apply a little bit of tension. Now, he is already reacting really well. If your dog is struggling at all, you're going to want to stay in this zone. Just get used to the leash. That may take 1 or 2 sessions, maybe 3. The next part here, we're going to encourage movement, that we can do so without tension. Remember, the tension means to stop. No tension means you're doing the right thing, which can be either standing still or walking with us by our side. I'm going to encourage him to move and then stop him. Only a couple steps. And then stop him. You can see how little that takes. You can also see he's never done this before, so he goes a few extra before he gets stopped. Stop him again. If your dog is doing this well, you can use body language. This is another tip that we show in another healing video. We've got a whole bunch of them out there, but turn him around this way and encourage moving again. There's a little dropping the head. He's going, I'm not really sure of this, pawing at it. Those things are okay. Just stop, settle your dog down. If they try to cling too much or anything else, just stop them, hold on here, settle them down, good. And then make sure there's no tension when they're doing things correctly. And then the tension is applied only when you want them to stop. So we're gonna move this way, come on. Come on. Hey, come on. There you go, good boy. Good boy. He dropped his head a little bit to sniff. That's not the end of the world. And then we'll stop. We're off and walking already, folks. This is something that will be the same. If you set this up correctly, if you follow the steps, good, come on. There you go, good. Hey, 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 come on. Good boy, good boy. As we develop comfort, that is what we're building at this point with something new. Come on, good boy. Good boy. Then we can apply this to our walks. I'm going to do a couple more loops, and I want you to just watch this progression happen. And in one session here, maybe 2, he would be ready to go for a walk down the sidewalk and go for a 10 or 20 or 30-minute walk like you would normally do in the morning. But we do have to spend some time to get used to this before you just go out on that first walk. Let's go. Good boy. There you go. There you go. There you go. Come on. Little bit of head thrashing. He's saying, I don't know about this. It's not that abnormal. Good. Again, he's behaving. There's not tension. He pulls ahead. He auto applies that tension himself. Come on. Good boy. Just him surging ahead, it tightens up. I don't have to apply anything additional to it. It takes all of that out of the process. Very little pressure at all. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. And now we're off to the races. Hey, there you go. We're gonna make one more turn here. Walk right into that wind. One more turn here and we'll come up top. Good boy. That is the first session. We now have a dog that was basically borderline unbearable, pulling on a leash anywhere we try and take him out, trying to potty him on the road. Don't chew on that, sir. Anywhere and everywhere on a leash, pull, 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 pull. And we've got him in one session. I don't know where the exact timer is between when I started and now, but it's not very long. We stopped the pulling. Now, from here, I need to point out, clear back at the beginning of this video, you saw multiple steps. That's how we develop a dog fully through heeling. This is not one session and done. He's now magic at heeling. As soon as this comes off, he's going to start pulling again right now. But it allows you to condition we don't pull on leash, which builds a better behavior of walking beside you and allows you to, in separate training sessions, work through transitioning to the slip lead and then collar conditioning. And then you can have a dog that completely off leash, or at least in towns and where you've got areas that you need to be safer, loose leash heeling. So you have a hold of them, but you can do it without having to handle them at all. So, or minimally. I hope you guys find this tip helpful. This is Riot. He's an absolute trooper. This guy's a blast to train with. Keep an eye out for more Riot videos coming up. We're going to be prepping him for a lot of fun things for his future. There will be some duck work, some other retrieving drills, and then hopefully we can get some of the videos out with his field work. I appreciate you guys. I'm the guy with the pink gun. This is Riot. We'll see you in his next video.